Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. So every relation, you have to be trained in it. Okay? So for parents also, there was a formula of how to raise children. Very interesting formula. The formula was Panchavarshani Lalayet. In fact, in our country, parenting did not start after the birth of the child. The parenting started before the birth of the child. How is it possible? In our country, we talked about parenting from the time the child is conceived. In the womb of the mother, your first lessons of parenting start. Now there is enough research done to prove that when the child is restless and all, and if you play calming music, the child starts becoming calmer in the womb of the mother. I don't know how many of you have read Brian Weiss's books, but they talk about what? In vitro experience. In vitro means when the child is in the womb of the mother, they understand. They not only understand, they experience. There have been children who have been in the womb, and the conversation between the mother and her sister, that child years later related that this is what my mother talked with her sister when I was in the womb and I was listening. In our country, now I'm talking about actual experiences and actual this of people. In our country, our scriptures have also talked of these actual experiences. You all know where was Abhimanyu when he learned how to come out of the Chakravyuh, how to get into the Chakravyuh. Where was he? He was in the womb of the mother. Where was Prahlad when Naradji was teaching all the wonderful things on devotion? Where was he? He was in the womb of his mother. So where does parenting start? Please tell me. And normally what do we do when the people are pregnant and all sorts of TV shows and dishum, dham, dhoom, dheem, doom. And what happens? The child already gets all these samskaras. It's already. And that is why in our times, the good old times, it used to be said what? When the mother is pregnant, first and foremost, the father must keep the mother in very good mood. Fathers, please note. What? Keep them in good mood. Don't allow them to get agitated and all. First, that is the duty of the father, nothing more. Provide for all of this and keep them in good mood. They will have a lot of other things, some cravings for food and so many other things could happen, but keep them happy. That's the main thing, because the mother's mood, everything she eats, she thinks, everything affects the baby, because the baby has no other support except the mother. Is it a fact or not? And therefore, the mother, what they eat, how they think, what their exposure is, that's why we used to say what? Listen to Ramayana, listen to good things. Listen, I know of so many people. When this girl got pregnant, she came to the ashram, she attended a full course. The child, completely different. The first words that the grandmother spoke as soon as she was out of the womb was what? Satchidanandoham, Shivoham, Shivom. This is the first lesson the child got as soon as it came out of the womb. That child is a completely different child altogether. So, when does parenting start? Please tell me. From the Now we listen to all sorts of what? Netflix and crime and damn doom and everything. When the child, entertainment is what for the mother when she's pregnant? All these type of things. And that is why when the child comes out of the womb of the mother itself, it's a different type of a this. Now, go back to 50 years back or so. Ask your mothers and your grandmothers. Most of the children, about 40 years back or so, when they came out, their eyes used to be closed. Is it a fact or not? Come on, say something. And for the first 1 month or so, they will hardly open the eyes for a little time, eat, drink, this, that, and go to sleep. Hours together they would sleep. Yes. And their eyes used to be closed. And their fist used to be like that when they come. Then slowly after this. Nowadays, how do the children come out? Please tell me. They come out only like that, like that. I'm not joking. When the child was born, 3 hours later I went to see. One of our mission devotees was there. They told me, please come and all, bless the child. I went there and the child, when the 3 hours old, and they are ready for photographs. And so, in the good old, we used to say, keep it in the room must be dark, should not be lights. This is one very, very important. Nowadays, that theater itself will be very light, bright light, and we want to get first photograph. And they have already an Instagram page and Facebook page before they come out. Is it true or not? First photo. Hare Rama, what are you doing? 8 months it has been in darkness. The minute 9 months, and the first thing you do, pat. What are we doing? Are you understanding or not? Bolo. We say yes, but everything we'll do opposite only. We'll just say yes. So it is said, Pancha Varshani Lalayet. For the first 5 years of the child, we should lalayet means just pamper the child. Now we have to change the formula. We cannot keep this Panchavarshani anymore. We have to make it 2.5 years lalayet. What? Before they go to school. First, they used to go to school only 5 years and 6 years. Is it true or not? Now, 2.5 years. One school was taking children when they were 2 years. So I said, why are you taking 2 years? He's saying, if we don't take, other schools will take. So we better take. Oh, what? So therefore the formula is what now? What? 2.5 years? Lalayet. Lalayet means that time anything the child says, I don't want okay. I want okay. Only the language of love and nothing but love. What? I don't know, 100 years later or 50 years later, we'll have to make it 1.5 years. But at least now it is what? 2.5 years. Lalayet, just pamper the child. Only love, nothing else but love. Only one language of love. Okay? Then it is said, Dasha Varshani Tadayet. Dasha means 5 plus 10 is equal to 15 years. For 15 years what? Tadayet. Now the literal meaning of Tadayet means what? But that is not the meaning which is meant. It is meant what? You must discipline along with love. Love should never go away. But along with love should be what? Discipline. Now let me explain this to you. You know, in Mahabharata, there's this beautiful stories. When Bhagwan Krishna decided that I have done all the work that I need to be doing on this earth, now it's time for me to go, he was very fond of the Pandavas. So each of the Pandava, he took them to one place to give them one lesson. That after I go, Kali Yuga will come. And therefore I want to prepare you. So Bhima was taken somewhere. A cow had just given birth to a calf. Okay? Now, you know, a cow, when the calf is born, what does the cow do? It licks the calf. Have you seen that? Or it licks the calf. When our child is born, we give to the nurse to clean up. But what does the cow do? It licks the calf. That's what it does. And that is why the love of the cow towards the calf is called vatsa. And therefore that love is called vatsalya. A lot of people, Vatsala name is also very common here, isn't it? Vatsa means calf. Vatsalya means the love of the cow towards the calf is epitomized as motherly love. Did you understand? Why? Because this is the love it shows. And that cow otherwise is quite a sattvic animal, but when the calf is just born, you dare not go near the calf. That mother will become aggressive and charge at you. Is it true or not? For those of you who have got any experiences with cows, you will know. This is what becomes. Why? Protective. It's so protective of the calf. Now, what happened? This calf was just born. The cow was licking the calf and it kept on licking and kept on licking and kept on licking. The newborn baby, its skin is soft and tender, and the cow kept on licking. The calf started bleeding, but the cow did not stop licking. So Bhima said, what is this? Krishna Bhagavan said, this is Kali Yuga. What will Kali Yuga? The parents will keep on pampering the children. Baby, betta, okay, you mind dear, it will spoil, it will harm the baby, but they won't stop pampering. Is it a fact or not? Please say something. So therefore, what is the job of a parent? It's beautiful. Please note all these things. What is the job of a parent? The job of a parent is a job of a potter. Now let me explain this to you. How does a potter in the good old days, you had these potters making all those. How many of you have made a pot like that with others? Any one of you? Not one person? At least one hand is up. No one has made an actual pot like that on others? There's a potter's wheel. Have you seen that or heard of it? Yes? Are Baba, make it an activity in the Chinmay Vidyalayas now, please. It's a beautiful thing. It's very creative. Really will this the mind. Get a potter. Get a potter's wheel. Nowadays you have electrical operated potter's wheel also. You don't have to do it this way. Now, so first the potter prepares the mud. Mix it, and all the stones, everything, they take it out. Then they, really make the mud really pliable and very well, and then they put it on the wheel. Then the wheel starts. First they scoop out all this from inside. After a little shape is made, then what do? You want the pot to expand, so you put one hand inside and you make the pot expand. But if you only keep the hand inside, what will happen? It will break out. So they put one hand outside also, so they keep shaping it like that. Have you seen anything like that? Yes. If the two hands are only outside, what will happen? The pot will break inside. If there are two hands only inside, what will happen? The pot will break outside. So one hand is inside and one hand is outside. The inside hand helps the pot to expand, and the outside hand controls this expansion. Have you understood this point? Parents require two hands to shape and mold the child. The inner hand is the hand of love, which is absolute, totally required. Without that, expansion doesn't happen. Love is the most important thing. However, that love alone can become harmful. What? Without the hand of discipline, that love alone can be totally harmful to the child. And what happens as a result? That child becomes what we call a spoiled brat. What does it become? Please say. And then that same attitude will continue all their life. Even at the age of 50 and 60, they actually behave like brats. Is it a fact or not? They will throw tantrums, they will like that. Only now they are bigger. That was a small child, this is a big child. No difference at all. Yes or no? I'm sure you have seen spoiled brats, 50-year-old, 60-year-old, 70-year-old. Yes? What has happened? Inner hand of what? Love, and the outer hand of discipline. Now let me explain a few things to you how. I always say that our own children, our own parents, mostly I'm referring to people who are above 40 years and all that, or 50 and 60, they may not have been very well educated, but they were very good in raising children. Do you agree with me? Now people are very well educated, but parenting is a different issue altogether. Do you agree? Think about it. Now, I'm talking to everyone above 40 years of age. When you were children, was there special food made in your home for you? Please say something, yes or no? No. Special food was made for you? No. Whatever was made, you ate. Is it a fact or not? Come on. Whatever was cooked, you ate that food. There was no choice. Also, did you dare to waste food in your plate? Please tell me. Come on. You ate whatever was there, you had to eat. Yeah? There was no choice. Now what happens? Now was that a good thing, first of all? Was that a good thing or a bad thing? I want a loud answer. Everyone louder still. Now what happens? You are saying good, but what happens? Now what do the parents do? You don't like this? Don't worry, throw it away. It doesn't matter, leave it, I will eat it. Don't force yourself. Have you heard this one? What? Don't? I remember my father, he has never hit me in my life or anything like that, but I was a younger child, so I want to eat as much as my sister. So if she takes 2 chapatis, I also want to take, when they're really tiny. And you know you can't eat it. The father also knows you can't eat it. No, I want, okay, fine. Then what happens? You can't eat it. So you say, I can't, no, nothing doing, finish it. Then what do? Typically, you want the father to go away so that you can throw it away. So you say, no, daddy, you go, I will finish. By waiting for him to go, then immediately you can. Then what? He'll say, no, don't worry, I'll sit. Then you start all nakhras. I feel like vomiting. Have you all tried such things? I feel like vomiting. So he'll say, very good, vomit, then there will be place, no, then you eat it. Then you eat it. No problem. What happens? Once if it is like that, second time you will never take more. Do you agree with me? But now what do we say? Don't force yourself. Beta, you don't worry, I will eat it. Throw it away. It's okay. Don't force yourself. And special feed. In one house will there 5 different menus. This one will eat this one will not eat this one only eat this, only then this time only they will eat, and that time they will not eat, and this, when they are done. Is it true or not? Think of it. And if you don't want, throw it away. What happens? The child learns, whatever I don't want, what are you supposed to do? Throw it away. When they grow up, they don't like mommy and daddy. What do? Bolo. See, a child has learned the samskara. What you don't like, you throw away. You can laugh now, but when it actually happens to you, you will cry. Yes or no? But who has taught this? Who has taught this? It is we who taught them. What you don't like, throw away. What you don't like, throw away. And all of you who are above 40 years, you all know that in life, you don't get what you want, you get what you get. Fact or not? Please tell me. Do you get what you want or you get what you get? You don't always get what you want, you get what you get. You better learn to what? Take it and take it with a smile. I remember when we used to sit on the dining table. That's why I said our parents taught us all these wonderful things without speaking a single word. Isn't it? I'm going to give you a good lesson. No such thing. They just taught these things. Whatever was, and supposing you have fought with your, sibling and all, and you're sitting there or you're crying, he says, no crying on the dining table. You are doing what? Anna tiraskar. You are doing what? No. Food is God. Don't insult God by crying and complaining and don't do that. This is God. If you are complaining now and all, there will be a day when you don't get it. And that time you will cry really. Are you understanding? Yes. They just taught these things. So this discipline was part of our very upbringing. And these important lessons of life was just taught like that. And now we have a completely different philosophy of raising our children. And what happens? So much of waste happens or not? Yes? Why? So, the second job. The job of a parent is that of a gardener. What? What is the job of a gardener? Does the gardener grow the flowers or the plants? No. The tree itself has the potential to grow. The seed has the potential to grow. Right? What does the gardener do? It facilitates the process of growing. It creates the right atmosphere. They make the soil right, they put the right water. Then when the plant is growing, they will, if there's something unwanted is there, they will clip off a little bit, shape a little bit, and the tree grows into a beautiful, wonderful, it bears fruits and flowers. Have you understood? So what is the job of a parent? Does a gardener compare a rose with a sunflower and say, see, you are useless? No, sunflower is sunflower, rose is rose. Rose can't become sunflower, sunflower can't become rose. Each has its own beauty. So if you have two children, each will become what? Has it happened or not? In your own house, two children, one will be like that, one will be like that. You wonder, the same food you are giving, the same parents are there, everything is same. But one will be very constructive and one will be whatever is there, you first break, then he'll be happy or she will be happy. Have you noticed? So therefore what? The gardener, the job is what? To facilitate, create the right ambience in the home of love and care and security and right discipline and right the sanskars. That whole atmosphere of the house, the child will automatically blossom and grow into a beautiful human being. Is it okay? So what are the parents supposed to take care of? See, a human personality is fourfold. What? Fourfold. We have the physical aspect, the emotional aspect, the intellectual aspect, and the spiritual aspect. So all four need to blossom into a beautiful flower. Okay. See, when a flower grows, it is not that first only the smell comes, then the color comes. No. Everything simultaneously grows, and then you have this lovely fragrance and lovely look of the flower. Similarly, in our case also, the child has to grow physically, of course. And now I tell you, this physical thing is also, you see the way the children are nowadays. Okay, all of you above 40 years of age, when you were young, did you play in the sun and the rain? Please tell me, what happened to you? Nothing. We would play in the sun and the rain and all the time would be there. Nothing. Now little bit of rain, what happened? He got wet in the rain. How many times we got wet in the rain? Please tell me all those. So many times. In the sun, blazing sun, we used to play. In the summers, we would be outside in the rainy, all the time. Nothing happened. Why? Our bodies are tough. I'm telling you, any school, you ask any school in the country, on 15th of August for flag hoisting, just half an hour they have to stand in the sun. How many wicket down? Come on, teachers. Please tell me. Many wickets down? No. How many of them they'll faint? What happened? And then the parents are Mahapurushas. The parents say, my child is weak. Don't make him stand in the sun. I feel so sad when I hear all these things also. If I was a mother, I would tell the school, see that my child can stand for 6 hours in the sun and nothing happens to that child. Make him strong. Make him capable of facing life. Are you understanding? Here we say, no, don't do anything. Let him be weak. Let him be, and please keep him like that only. He's a delicate this. Nothing. The world should not touch him. And then when the world touches the child and he breaks down, we'll say it is the fault of the world. It is not the fault of the world. It is the fault of the parents who did not make the child strong enough to face the world. Are you understanding that? Please tell me. So what are we doing to our children? That's why I said our parents was much better in that. Physically they are so weak. Their body is like a, what do you call it? And because they don't play, my God. They climb one small little stool also, no? Don't stand, don't climb. Be good boy, sit down. How many of you have climbed trees? Please put up your hand. Climbed trees. Now will you allow your child to climb a tree? Not a chance. Forget tree. Small little sofa if they climb. Don't climb. Be a good boy. Get down. Sit down. And interesting is, all of you who climb trees, were your parents there when you climbed trees? No. Only your friends were there, right? Or you climbed alone or your friends were there. Wasn't that a lot of fun? Please tell me. Lot of fun. Will you give that same fun to your children? No. Only kata fun. You see what you are doing to our children? We won't give that joy to them. Don't climb, don't. Hurry. Now, interesting thing, when you climb the tree, and supposing you fell also, because we've not only climbed, so many things we did and we fell. I always remember I had one of the 4 places, 100% there will be one bandage. Either on the 2 knees or 2 elbows. One place at least will be there. Sometimes all 4 places also there will be bandage. When we used to fall, we would not tell at home. Isn't it true? Because if you told at home, they'll scold. Why did you fall? Can't you be careful? They will not. Here what happens? One little bit of, baby, now you got a hurt. Don't go to school tomorrow. You got. Yes or no? What are we doing to our children? When the child is climbing, he knew that he had to take care of his own self. Now, if at all they climb a tree or anything, the mother will be pushing from the top, father will be pulling from the top. Beta, careful, you hold my hand. You. Yes or no? Mother and father will be there. Suppose in a school, let's say in Chinmay Vidyalaya, they said, okay, we give one period, PT period, where you all can climb trees. And supposing one child falls at that time, the school will be in deep trouble. Yes or no? It will become national. They will say first letter will go to Prime Minister of India. Because he should be involved in everything, na? His fault. And this one, and head of the mission, and this one, that one, and what are we doing to our children? How many of you fell when you were young and got some fracture or the other? Please put up your hands. Any problem now? Because you fell that time? No problem. You heal and that's fine. It's okay. Now, one little thing. Hey, baby. Ooh, are you understanding what we are doing to our children? Please say something. You say, yes, but it will not go in. My worry is that only. Again, when we go back, peppy, we will do. No. Emotional development of a child also. When we were younger, I'm just taking you back to your own upbringing to make you realize the difference. When we were younger, supposing 2 children were there, what will we do? If we bring sweets or something, what will we do? We will give them 1 sweet and say, share and eat. Is it true or not? Now what do? We'll say, you take this, don't share, don't fight. Now, if the child has not learned to share with their own brothers and sisters, what is he going to share with the world? Got this point? We are raising selfish children. I talked about the selfishness in my evening lecture as well. Why? Emotional development of sharing. Your heart must expand to include everyone, to care for others, to love others, to be kind towards others, to be helpful, to be available for anything. Otherwise, what happens, I remember very interesting, when you used to write notes, supposing one day you're absent and you don't have the notes or something. So if I would ask someone from my class, no, then the parents will scold, don't give your notes to anyone. Have you heard that one? What are you up to? I remember we had one Bal Vihar camp in Ahmedabad, years back. So the children were coming and all, so many of them were there. And on the day of the camp, I got a call, early morning, 6 o'clock. So I thought some emergency, otherwise no one will call me at that time. Then I'm saying, I am a parent and I'm sending my child to the Bal Vihar camp. So I thought some problem must be there. He says, what is the problem? He's saying, I am sending Bournvita with the child. So when he drinks, he doesn't drink milk without Bournvita. So therefore, please see that you put Bournvita in in the milk and you give to him. I got so angry. I remember that anger even now. I got so mad. If that parent was in front of me, I don't know what I would have done. But I was so mad. I was so angry. Anyway, I controlled myself a little bit and I said, my dear Amma, you are sending Bournvita for your child, no? Either don't send your child to the camp or send enough Bournvita for every child in the camp. Okay. I know there will be a lot of parents who are saying, what is there to get angry? Of course, they don't drink milk, so you must. This is how we are thinking only. Our thinking only has changed. So you will not even think what she said was wrong. The sad part of it is that. We feel it is fine only if that. I said, I am not teaching such values to the children that you open your small little bottle, take out your small little Bournvita, put it in your small little milk and drink. This is not the samskars I am calling the children to give. Either all my children will drink Bournvita or no one will drink. Please keep your child home and give all the Bournvita in the world. Are you understanding this or not? We have become like that. Our own small, this and be like that and be selfish and think of us and just be like that. Is it true or not? Please tell me. When you were all young, I don't know how it was there. I'm sure it was the same everywhere in the country. For us, our brothers and sisters were of course brothers and sisters, but all our first cousins also, we never call them cousins, we only call them brothers and sisters. How many of you had this experience? Please put up your hand. See, all this time. The first cousin was never called. If we call them cousin, they will feel insulted. The first cousin, kaka ka ladka, mama ka ladka, only they used to call them brothers and sisters. We would tie Rakis to them. They are not cousins. They are brothers and sisters. Second cousin used to be called cousin. Third cousin will be called distant cousin. But we all knew even the third cousin. Now, please tell me what our world has become. Me and my wife and my 2 children. Everyone else is it a fact or not? Please tell me. What a sad world we are bringing. And many times, parents have this absolute illusion and delusion that they are giving a better quality of life to their children now than what their parents gave to them, which is an illusion, complete delusion. Let me explain that. That's why we come to the third aspect, is the intellectual. Now, how many of you above 40 years, when you were children, were bored when you were children? Did you understand the meaning of the word bore? Getting bored? Come on. I want a loud, because these other young people don't know this. I want loud answers so that the others will know. What? Were you ever bored as children? Loudly. Did you know the meaning of the word bored? All through vacation, even though we had much less toys than our children ever had, much less gadgets than anyone ever had, and yet we were never bored. Vacation was just running around here, there, climbing trees, doing this, that. Hundreds of things we found to do. We were never bored. And now we have condemned our children to a life of boredom. Every child in the vacation throughout chants the Maha Mantra, I am bored, I am bored, I am bored, I am bored. Yes or no? Now, which was a better quality of life? Now you tell me. A child who is always bored or a child who is never bored? Please. And so what do we do? Say, okay, you're bored, so watch the TV. Okay, you're bored, watch this. So we put them there, and then they're not bored. Now this is a very, very important thing. There's a beautiful saying said, Bertrand Russell said that a child that grows at the pace of nature is never bored. Now, I'll explain this to you. See, how much time will it take for me to walk from one end of the stage to the other? Time-wise, I'm saying. How much? How many? 5-6 seconds? Maybe 10 seconds if I walk slowly from year to year? 10 seconds? 5 seconds? Right? Now, in that 10 seconds, in a typical movie or in a typical animation, you know, the children's animation, how many things happen? Please tell me. 10 seconds. Nowadays you have the 10-second advertisements, no? How much happens during that 10 seconds? This happens, that, going up and down, hitting this, going here, this, that, killing this. Is it true or not? Now imagine the child is used to the entire, his mind is entertained at this fast rate. When he's watching something, even a cartoon, we say this is children. But what is he watching? He's watching something at this speed. This happening, that. So he's watching. He's all the time there. The minute that is over, he comes to real life where everything happens at nature's pace. Is it true or not? So what happens? He's bored. Because he's used to his mind getting entertained at what? That is why people can't take talks anymore. If the talk is there immediately, because in the talks we are not doing dashum, 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 dashum. And if supposing I only give principles and no examples and no stories and nothing, what will happen in 2 minutes time? Yes or no? Because the mind has got used to, not only the children's mind, our own mind has got used to what? Entertainment at. Supposing a movie, you know, in the good old days, the movies used to last for 3 hours and there'll be one face shown, then someone will walk, hero will walk for so much. Now, if they show that type of a thing, we will not be able to watch that movies. Is it true or not? Because our mind is used to getting entertained. What? Fat. Even that cricket matches, 4 days, 5 days, we can't take it anymore. 2020, very happy. Isn't it true? We can't take that. Mind is entertained. And the minute that entertainment is over, I am bored. I am bored. Are you understanding? This actually, what I am saying is not anything which is not of your own experience. You know, in the good old days, the lecture timings, the talks, the school timings used to be 1 hour. Then they said 1 hour the attention will not remain, so they made it into what? 40 minutes. And 40 minutes became to 35 minutes. Now 35 minutes also continuous, people have no concentration. So the children, now the unfortunate, the teachers have to do so much of doom activity, this, that, entertainment. Teachers have now become entertainers. Why? Because the minute they stop this, the children get bored and not to do. Is it a fact or not? The teachers have become performers, entertainers. And then we say, teachers must engage the child. Teachers, Are Rama. How to engage a child which has an average attention span of 2 minutes? After 2 minutes, you want something else, something else. The mind is like that. You understand how much more difficult the teacher's job has become? Please say something. How much more? Because every time, such restless children. If you only have one child or 2 or 3, imagine that teacher having what? 40 children of your child sample. Are you understanding? Please appreciate the teachers now. Give a big round of applause for the sake of the teachers who have to entertain your children. It's a tough job now. It's much more tough. Even our job is tough. I told you how many times in between I have to, you remember? In my evening talks and all, as they come and mind like that, talking. It's just become like that. So therefore, one is emotional development, absolutely important. Then intellectual development. See, the present education system, the way it is, I hope this NEP comes as fast as possible. But the present education, or what you all have, only 2 actually faculties of the intellect are developed. One is short-term memory and the other is what? A little bit of understanding. So what children do? They learn, vomit. I am telling you, I have told many schools like that the children, the exam is there and then you get vacation, right? And after the vacation, the same exam paper that you gave before the vacation, give it again. I am telling you, students who stand first also will fail. Yes or no? Why? Everything gone out of the mind completely. Because what was learned? Vomited, nothing remains inside. Then, supposing they ask a question which is not in the curriculum, but you have to think a little more and give answers. Our children will not know how to answer at all. Is it a fact or not? Here what they have to do, whatever is there, bring it back. That's all they can do. No more thinking. So intellectual development is not that great. Are you understanding? Just because they get marks, all teachers know that people who get marks need not be intelligent. I'm not saying people who get marks are not intelligent, but I'm saying some are very intelligent. They may not be able to get marks, but they are extremely intelligent. Fact or not? Now, interesting part is parents also. How many times have children seen their own parents reading? Please say something now. Never. And what do we say? Read. They've never seen the parents reading. They've never seen parents do any serious knowledge, getting knowledge. After college, you don't need no knowledge. There is no discussion in the home of an intellectual level at all. Only eat, have you this, have you slept, have this. What type of an intellectual this is getting stimulation as a child getting at home? Nothing. Are you understanding or not? How can this development? They've never seen. One said very interesting. We think our job is, see, parents have started thinking that very funny, that what is their role? I have never understood what they think their role is also. What their role is, you wake them up, dress them, send them to school, then take them from school, put them in the dancing class, bring them from dancing class, put them in the singing class, bring them from singing class, take them to tuition class this, bring them, feed them, make them sleep. This is the job of a driver and a maid. Yes or no? Cook, driver and maid. Is that the only job of a parent, to become a cook, driver and maid? Hire a cook, driver and maid and all this will get satisfied. Yes or no? Please tell me. This is all we do then. There's no intellectual talk or no intellectual stimulation or no intellectual growth that is happening within the family. One very interesting thing, this child brought the result to the parent. He has failed. Oh, father, what do you mean failed? How can you fail? Cut, he started beating. He said, Daddy, don't beat me. I send you to tuition classes. I send you this and you got failed. Why did you fail? He said, Daddy, please listen. I don't want to listen. Cut, he started giving. Please listen. It is not my report card. It is your report card. We talk, children must get this much marks. How much marks did you get? Will heredity work or not? Please tell me. I'm not saying that's an excuse for anything. What I am trying to tell you is that please remember this emphasis that we give on marks at the cost. The language of marks in the school and the college becomes a language of money when they grow up. Can you remember this statement? What? Because marks is converted to what? Jobs. And job is converted to money. Yes or no? Will you remember the statement? What? Language of marks in the school and college gets converted to the language of money when they grow up. Now, all of you above 40 years, I'm saying this all because at least y'all can relate to what I'm saying. When you were children, what games did you play? Please, come on, quickly. From the audience, shout out whatever games you played. Huh? What? Hide and seek. Okay, what other games? Come on, quick. 7 stones, hutututu, kabaddi, oh, same thing. What else you all played? Huh? Running around, catching cook and all that, right? And sometimes you had a bat, only one person will have a bat. And the person who has a bat will always, I've got bat. Then you have to give him batting chance only. He will say, no, I will not ball because it's my bat. And then some ball will be there. There are some stick will be there and we will not have stumps also. We will put some stick from somewhere we will put. Have you all done that all? How much money did you have to spend to play? Very important point I'm telling, huh? How much money? No money. Did we have fun? Please say yes or no, loudly. Lot of fun? Lot of fun. You still remember that times? Those 5 stones were there, you went up and all. How much money did you spend to play? You did not spend money and you played and enjoyed without money. Now please tell me, all your children, whatever games they play, how much money do they spend? Everything is money. Is it true or not? Every game is money, every toy is money. So what is the samskar you have given to the child? That without money, you cannot play, you cannot have fun. And now you're saying, why everyone has become materialistic? You put that idea into everyone's head, into your children's head, that without money you can't play. And all of us have experienced that without money we played and enjoyed. Got this or not? Please tell me. We all have played without money and enjoyed, had the time of our life. But our children have never played anything without money and without this. So what is the samskar dile? If I have money, I can enjoy. If I don't have money, I can't enjoy. And the fact is, I can have a lot of fun in life even if I don't have money. Are you understanding? I am not saying don't get money, get whatever money, be millionaire. But your enjoyment does not come from money, your enjoyment comes from that inner spirit of joy and playfulness. Have you understood this point? Yes or no? Can we give this to our children? Let them have fun without what? Now it is only money. Tennis, money. Swimming, money. Video games, money. Yes or no? Going out? Now, all those joys have no meaning. One child, I asked his birthday, what are you doing? Oh, nothing, we are going out for lunch. So I said, but you are going out for lunch so much. He's saying, what? That we go every time. For us, once a blue moon, we went out for lunch. Right or wrong? So it was such a occasion of joy. Now what? He's saying, even if mummy, daddy not there, we go out anyway. Oh, what big thing. Are you with me? So we understand what? That you can have joy without money. Please remember this also. Let them learn to grow at the pace of nature. Then they will not have this boredom. Let the entertainment also be at the pace of nature. So they will what? Not have this. Only this. I'm not saying once in a while they have a little bit of this, but all the time the entertainment at the level as this, then what happened? We are condemning them to a lifetime of boredom. Don't do that to your children. It will become a lifetime of boredom. And what happens? Then you want something else. Then all natural pleasures no more will satisfy them. Then all perverted pleasures will come into life. Why? Because natural pleasures are not giving joy anymore. It's all over. Then all that, you will have to do something not to become happy. So some perversion or the other, some nonsense will start coming. Some extra way of getting joy, and drinking joy, and that joy, and this joy, and that joy, and drug joy, and high joy. Something you will have to do, because normal things do not give. Watching a sunset, how many people get joy out of it? How many people? It's not that you can't have. Here you can get a sunset. Yes or no? How many people go there? There also they go not for the sake of sunset. Sunset they say 1 minute and then eating. Is it true or not? Sunset is only 1 second. Yes, come. So nice, so nice. And that also, when the sunset is going on, they are more interested in taking pictures of sunset rather than actually watching sunset. Is it true or not? I don't know how many of you, if you really watch a sunset, just be there and watch the sunset. For half an hour after that, you will not be able to open your mouth and talk. Because it's so quiet, it makes you so quiet inside. Here what happens? Sun is there, hey, come here, hey, don't sit down. What I'm saying happens or doesn't happen? We would rather see the sunset in the TV than in the actual thing. Be careful. Okay. So we have intellectual development, and then the very important is what? Spiritual development. I said this yesterday also. We always say all these prayers and meditation and all, we say it should come from inside. And what if it doesn't come from inside? We make everything compulsory for our children, but we do not make this compulsory for children. Is it true or not? Prayers, they will do in school. After school, no prayers. Vacation time, no prayers. Saturday, Sunday, no prayers. Yes or no? I'm giving you a formula, very important formula. A family that eats together, plays together, and prays together, stays together. What is the formula? What? A family that eats together, at least one meal a day, eat together. Now what happens? Everyone in their own time. This is like a hotel. When they come, feel hungry, eat, go away. Another come, eat, go. Is it true or not? A family that what? Eats together. Then plays. You have to play. Now what happens? Entertainment, everyone goes out to eat or everyone watches TV. Now you are not with each other when you are watching TV. Will you remember? You are with the TV. You are not with each other. You have to be with each other. We go for a movie together. That's not it. Got it? How many of you remember playing games with your parents? Please put up your hands. Properly you put up your hands. See, actually playing games. Sit there, play, nice little fun, small little games and cards and carom and this and small little things. You play together. So you must have that fun together. You will remember those times like anything. Fun together. Just being together. So a family that what? Eats together, plays together, and the third, very, very important is what? Prays together, stays together. Pray together. Spend 5 minutes every day. Come together, maybe evening time, light a lamp. Pray together for 5 minutes. You will see the impact it has on everyone in the family. Try. What? Once more. What is the formula? A family that eats together, plays together, prays together, stays together. Okay? Very, very important. That, don't say you have no time. I gave the story in the morning also. That woodcutter with a blunt axe is not able to do its job. Similarly, a mind which is blunt will achieve nothing, but a mind which is really sharp, purified and all, it can achieve anything in the world. Everything is possible for such a mind. So, compulsory and what? Regular, mandatory, exclusive, God time. Can we all do that? Everyone? Yes? What? Exclusive and compulsory God time. If you can do that, bring the samskars, let the mind become quiet. Every day, some time when the mind is quiet. Nothing else is there in the mind, just a quiet mind. Watch your breath, watch your thoughts, be with yourself. A person who can't be with themselves, how can others then be with you? If you can't tolerate your own company, how can others tolerate your company? Have you understood that? If you yourself can't tolerate your company, if you don't want to be with yourself, then why should others want to be with you? Got this? Now I'm going to end the session. I can talk a lot for hours together on all these different aspects. But I'm just going to end with one session, one story, small story. See, father, mother, one child about 5-6 years of age, and a grandfather. They were staying in the family. They were quite well off, nice big house. The elderly father was there, he's also there in one. Now, these people were very rich and all, fancy and all. They had company of people who were like high class people and all that, friends and all of that. And the father was some village and all remote, the old fashioned and dhoti wearing and all, and nothing. So these people used to feel, father can't speak English, can't speak this, that type of old fashioned. So they used to say, please stay in your room only, don't come out when our friends and all are there. They're feeling a little uncomfortable. So the old man used to be in his room whole day long. So all whatever is required for him, they would give him this room. All comfort is there in the room, everything he'll get. One day when the father came home, he asked, how is daddy, his own father? So the wife said, I don't know, he has not called whole day. You say, what do you mean he's not called? You should have gone to see, at least if he needs anything. So he went, because he cared for his father that much at least. So he went and he asked the father, he says, do you want anything? He's saying, yeah, I wanted this. And they had given him a bell. So in case he needed anything, he would ring the bell and someone in the family will come and whatever they want. So the father said, what to do? I wanted something, but your son, that 5-year-old, has taken the bell to play. So I did not know what to do, so I just kept sitting. So he was angry with his son. He said, Chunnu, come here. Why did you take away grandfather's bell? Don't you know he needs the bell? Why are you playing with your grandfather's bell? He says, my daddy, I am not playing with my grandfather's bell. I have taken it and have kept very safely. When you grow old, I will give you the same bell and then you can call me. Will you remember? Whatever you are doing, your children are watching you. They are watching you, they are seeing. We are giving samskar. Remember this very, very important thing. Fads will come from outside. All of a sudden you find your child with some funny hair. What? I don't know, they have this nowadays, some hairstyle. From here they will all cut out and here only on the top. For what reason, I don't know why they keep that. And then all this will be out and something they will do, something. Or someday they'll have something coming. When you were also young, you would have done some, some fashion someday. These are fads. Fads will come and go. But the language and the attitude and the behavior of the father and mother will become the swabhava of the children. Will you remember this thing? Fads will not have that much effect because they come and go. You and I have also gone through fads. Have we or have we not? Yes. That will come and go, it will not leave that much. But the language and all. We say, no, you see parents are always, I'm busy, I'm busy, I'm busy, I'm busy. If a parent is talking like that, the child also will keep saying, I'm busy. Doing what? Nothing. Are you understanding? Be very careful. Your attitude, actually they are doing nothing. It's the mind which says, I'm busy. Our own parents, grandparents did much work, more work than we do. Is it a fact or not? In those days, they had to wash their clothes themselves. They washed the vessels themselves. They brought the water from the well by themselves. And still they had time to go to the neighbor and help them do work with them, and evening time do satsang, etc. Is it a fact or not? Have you all seen this? Now? Nothing is there. What is, and small things they count as work. What? I have to put the clothes in the washing machine. Big work. I have to take out clothes. Big work. Is it a fact or not? Small things are counted as what? Work, I have to do that, I hope you're understanding what I'm trying to say. We call it work. Actually, we are doing very much less work than what our parents and great-grandparents and grandparents did. Fact or not? Yes. Still this mind says, I am busy, I am busy, I am busy. Same 24 hours. Hours have not changed for them than from us, but you don't have time. So therefore, be careful. Children are watching us. Yad acharati shreshtaha tatta devetarojana. As the parents do, they are ideals. Others will follow. Our children will look and they will follow. So be very, very careful. Being a parent is one of the most beautiful role that you will play in your life, and the most important role also. Is it a fact or not? Parents, I know, I can imagine the joy of a father and a mother when they hold their little baby, just born and a few months old, they hold them to their heart. The joy is immense. This great responsibility that has been given to you. Khalil Gibran says it beautifully, your parents, your children are not your own, they come through you. Will you remember that? What? They come through you. You are the caretaker. Bhagwan has given a special role to you of becoming a caretaker for your child so that he grows up into a beautiful human being. Okay? Very responsible, very joy-giving, and a wonderful role that you have got. Before I went to the ashram, I used to love my parents. After I went to the ashram, I don't just love my parents, I worship my parents. This is a fact. Because you know that you are what you are because your parents were what they were. That is a relation you can never substitute. Is it a fact or not? That's why a lot of people say, Swamiji, we tell our children that you are our friends. I said, don't make that mistake. Friends you will get hundreds in this life. Parents you will never get. Yes or no? Friends will come and go from your life. No big deal. So don't become friend. Become friendly. When? After that 15, 16, 17 years, mitravat acharet. That formula is what, 5 years, lalayet, love. Then 15 years, love plus discipline. And then after paschatu, after that, let's say once they start going to college, mitravat, be friendly, not friends. There's a difference between friendly and friends. Is it true or not? If you say, no, she my friend. Arey, a friend is someone you can say, shut up and get out. That's the way we with the friend. Huh? Don't we say that in fun? Shut up, get out. And suppose you tell the father, shut up and get out. What will he say? Who the hell do you think you are talking to? Will he say that or not? Can you say, shut up and get out to your father? You can't. So therefore, you think, but you only said, I am your friend. That's how I talk to my friends. Got the point? Don't try to become friends with your children. Become what? Friendly. After a particular age, not when they're 5 and 6 and 10 and 15. Have you got it? Now another last thing. For those of you who are grandparents, I have a special message. The job of the parents is to raise the child. The job of the grandparents is to grace the child. Will you remember this? What? Once more. The job of the parents is to raise the child. The job of the grandparents is to what? Grace the child. Now what happens? So many times parents are doing what? Gracing the child, and grandparents are doing what? Raising the child. Is it a fact or not? They put it on the grandparent, you take care, you this. No. Once in a while they tell stories. Their job is to give all those sanskars and that. The parents have to get strict. The grandparents will always be a little more indulgent. Is it true or not? That's their job. You love them because they are like that. The relation the child has with the grandparents have a very important role in the life of a child. Do you all remember your grandparents with a lot of love? Yes, it's always a beautiful relation. Grandchildren and grandparents' relation is fantastic. But you cannot have grandparents raising children. Don't have children if you are going to put it on the what? Are you understanding? Please tell me. That's what people do. You take care. I am doing my own thing. You take care of my life. You raise them up. And then also, on top of it, say, don't do this, don't do this. Arey, what nonsense? I am taking care of your child, and then on top of it, you are what? Got this? You want me to continue for 5 minutes more? If you say yes, I'll continue. One last thing I feel like telling, because this I feel very passionately. You can understand I feel passionately about this subject. That's why. A couple were there. They had to go for a party. So the woman said, I want to dress and makeup and hair and everything. It will take me at least 40 minutes to get dressed. The man was dressed 1 minute, 2 minutes, he was ready. Anyway, so then the wife said, look, don't trouble me, because if you trouble me, I will not be able to dress fast also. You just go away and go somewhere. Don't give me trouble. Are you ready? Are you ready? So he was sensible. Some men are actually sensible. So what happened? We went to where? The neighboring garden. There was a garden there and he sat. Now, actually, the bench was wet. And he didn't know. There was a board also, wet paint, wet paint. But some small child had taken away that board for fun. So this guy, wet paint was there. He did not know the wet paint was there. He sat down and he was enjoying. About 30-40 minutes later, his wife all dressed in her very lovely sari, hand-painted sari. It's rare, nowadays to have this. Very costly and very nice sari. She came. So the husband was enjoying. He says, you also sit now next to me. And after a long time, we are sitting together and all, no time at all. So please sit down. She says, no. They are already calling. We are getting late. Let's go. So he also got up. She also got up. And she was already up. And then both of them started walking. Now, the man had paint on his pants, right? That paint on his pants is called what? It's called a patch of paint, right? Woman also had paint on her clothes, on her sari, but that is called a design. You see the difference between the two? The design adds value to the cloth whereas that pant patch will take out value from the cloth. Got this point? Now if you understood what is the job of a parent. When you are going around in the world, unconsciously so many patches come onto your mind. Wrong thoughts, wrong type of negative. Is it true or not? They all come. Somehow or the other they'll come. What is the job of a parent? To take out all those and consciously put in beautiful design. What we call the vikaras come unconsciously. The parent's job is to put samskara. What are they supposed to do? Samskara is consciously putting good values in the child. Have you got this point? Consciously putting good values. So, the job of a parent is like a what? A potter, a gardener, and a painter. We have to see that a child grows physically, emotionally, intellectually, and spiritually into a beautiful person with love, care, and compassion in their heart. And when such children are there, they become a joy, not just for the parents, but for the whole society and the whole world. Do you agree with me? This wonderful role that you have, and I'm sure you will do it beautifully, and we will have wonderful children who will be the future, not just your future, the future of this country and the future of this world. Thank you, Hari Om, and Namaskar to all of you. There is one lovely book by Swami Tejamananji on parenting. It's available at the bookstall also. In case you want, you can take this. And I'm sure this talk also has been recorded. And if the Chinmay Mission can make this available to all the people who are there, that also will be a wonderful thing. Now, before you go, you were given one cover. So the reason why we give this cover is very important is, I want you as parents to give this samskar to your child. What? That, I said, no, we have to teach them to be not, what? Selfish. So we say, we not only care for you, please, all of you tell your children this. I'm making a special request that all that I earn, normally we say, everything I'm earning is only for your sake. Do you say that? Don't do that. What? Everyone I'm telling. What do we say normally? Everything I'm giving is for your sake. It is yours. Don't do that. So many people have contributed to you becoming prosperous. Is it true or not? There is this of the society also in it. There is a portion of that money that you have with you, which is what? Society has contributed so much. We are so ungrateful, we don't even acknowledge. And therefore, we have to give back to the society also. Will you all remember? Let your children do something that they think not just for me and me and me. No. Let them understand that in this money, there is also what? Money for the sake of others. So therefore, for someone you don't know at all, we have what is called the Chinmay Organization for Rural Development. So in the villages, we build toilets, then we do, so many programs, Mahila Mandals and micro banking and so many unbelievable. We help the poor, we give free medicines to them, we take care of all their needs, supposing they need a wheelchair or some operations and all. Lot of wonderful work is being done in this. It's called the Chinmay Organization for Rural Development. If you want to know some information, our Chinmay Mission people over here can make them. So we will give for a girl child who needs help. You don't know the child. It's someone, somewhere, a girl child. And I want you to tell your child that this is what I did today. Will you all do that? Please, let them know from now that I am giving for the sake of someone else besides you. From childhood they will understand that this money is not just for you, it's for others. Will you remember this? Then that child, when he grows up also, will realize that what I earn, there is a share of everyone in it. Got it? Please tell me. It's very, very important that you tell your child that I have brought this money not just for you. I gave today for the sake of the education or the welfare of another child somewhere in a small remote place where access is not there. I have done this. I'm sure you also will do that when you grow up. Okay? Everyone? So Yatha Shakti, Yatha Bhakti, put in that. And then we will give it for the cord center. Please see that it goes to cord. The local, here I'm telling the Chinmay Mission people over here, please see that it goes to cord. Okay? Thank you all very much.